Good evening, or should I say, good stage for the masks we all wear, you know. There's a strange kind of power in being underestimated. They laugh, they whisper, they call you slow, naive, dumb. They smirk because they think you don't see the cards in their hand. But here's the truth. You were the one stacking the deck the whole time. You played it quiet. You let them talk. You let them mock. You let them believe their little fantasies about how easy you'd be to break. And then, when the moment was right, when their guard was down, when they'd already decided who you were, you flipped the whole damn table. Boom. They weren't prepared. They never are. See, people get addicted to underestimating you. It feeds their ego. It calms their fear. Because if you're dumb, then they don't have to face the possibility that you've been watching them, studying them, memorizing their moves, silently sharpening the blade of your comeback in the shadows. And when you finally play your hand, oh, it's too late for them. Because while they wasted all that energy laughing at your silence, you were busy building an empire in it. Listen carefully. Playing dumb is not weakness. It's strategy. It's bait. It's camouflage. It's the wolf walking through the herd, head low, waiting for the perfect moment to bare its teeth. And when that moment comes, no apology, no hesitation, because the very people who wrote you off, who needed you to stay small, who prayed your silence meant stupidity, are the first to choke on their own shock when you finally speak. They'll call it luck. They'll call it sudden. They'll call it anything but what it really was: calculation, discipline, patience turned to fire. Do you feel it? That rage that built up every time they laughed at you? That burn in your chest when they called you nothing? That silent storm behind your eyes? That is not weakness. That is fuel. You are the storm they never saw coming. You are the plot twist they thought was impossible. And the beauty, the delicious irony. They taught you how to play this role. Every insult sharpened your focus. Every dismissal hardened your resolve. Every dumb they spat at you only carved your mask more perfectly. You didn't just play along. You let them write their own downfall. Now look at them, eyes wide, jaws dropped, terrified not of what you did, but of what you were capable of this entire time. The truth? It wasn't your mask that fooled them. It was their arrogance. They needed you to be dumb, so they saw you as dumb. They needed you to be weak, so they believed you were weak. But need doesn't change reality. And now reality has slapped them across the face with the force of your rise. So let me ask you, are you ready to stop apologizing for the cards you've been hiding? Are you ready to turn every insult into a crown jewel? Are you ready to stop acting small just to comfort the fragile egos around you? Because the mask has served its purpose. The act is complete. The dumb sheep they thought you were has now revealed its fangs, and the wolves are running scared. Remember this: power doesn't scream. It doesn't beg to be noticed. Power sits, waits, smiles. And when the moment is right, it strikes so hard, the entire room forgets you were ever silent. So let them think you're dumb. Let them think you're slow. Let them think you're nothing. Because by the time you play your hand, by the time you finally reveal who you really are, their laughter will sound like choking. Their arrogance will taste like ashes. And you'll sit there in silence, watching their whole world crumble under the weight of the truth that the smartest move you ever made was letting them believe you were stupid. So he pulled, my friends. Let them laugh. Let them underestimate. Because every chuckle is just another nail in their coffin. And when you rise, when you finally show your hand, remember this: They gave you the fire, and now they'll burn in it. But let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how people crave an easy target? They need someone to point at, someone to feel smarter than. And you played that role perfectly, didn't you? You became their favorite joke, their safe little dumb act. Because as long as you were the clown, they got to feel like kings. But oh, the irony. The clown was the only one who knew the script. The joke was never on you. It was always on them. They don't understand silence. They mistake it for emptiness. But silence is a battlefield. Every second you stayed quiet, you were learning. Every insult they threw, you filed it away. Every time they mocked, you memorized their patterns. They thought they were breaking you down. But in reality, they were building the exact weapon that would cut them down later. Tell me, isn't that beautiful? To take their cruelty, their arrogance, their smug little grins, and forge them into the blade you'll one day press against their throat. Do you know why they call you dumb? Because they're terrified of what happens when you finally speak. They have to believe you're slow, unworthy, clueless. Because if you're not, if you've been awake this entire time, then it means every smirk, every whisper, every harmless little joke was actually fuel you let them hand you willingly. And that realization, that's the kind of thing that doesn't just sting, it haunts. Think about it. You've been quiet, patient, masked. You played the fool so convincingly that even you started to wonder, maybe they're right. But the truth is, that voice inside you, the one that never shut up, the one screaming, wait, just wait, your time will come. That voice was the only real one. And now, here you are, not broken, not dumb, not slow, but alive, awake, calculated, carrying a hand so powerful, so devastating, that the second you play it, every single one of them will wish they never opened their mouth in the first place. Tell me, what's scarier, a monster roaring in your face, or a monster smiling at you silently, letting you think it's harmless, until the day it decides to bite? Exactly. You've been the quiet monster in their story all along, and tonight, you finally stop hiding the teeth. And let's be honest, when you rise, they won't clap for you. Number. They'll panic, they'll scramble, they'll rewrite history, they'll whisper, we always knew, we always believed. Liars, they didn't believe in you. They believed in their illusion of you. But illusions don't stand when fire hits the stage. Now, here's the part they'll never forgive you for. You didn't just survive. You let them bury you in labels, and instead of suffocating, you grew roots. You let them drown you in doubt, and instead of choking, you learned to breathe underwater. You let them laugh in your face, and you taught yourself how to smile right back. So when you play your hand, when you finally show what you've been hiding, you won't just shock them. You'll destroy the little world they built out of your silence. And here's my favorite part. The day you stop pretending, the day you flip the cards over and show the monster inside, they won't just lose their faith in you. They'll lose their faith in themselves. Because if they were so wrong about you, what else have they been wrong about? Their ego shatters, their certainty burns, their entire identity collapses, and you'll stand in the ashes, smiling. So let me ask you, one last time, are you ready to stop acting? Are you ready to let the world choke on the truth? Are you ready to play the hand they swore you didn't have? Because when you do, you will not be the dumb one. You will not be the fool. You will not be the sheep. You will be the wolf, The ghost, the storm, the plot twist they never saw coming. And once they see it, they'll never laugh again.